Hey book fans and book nerds of the world, it's Elias, and welcome back to another video here on E&E Book Reviews. So in today's video, as you guys can probably see by the title, I am going to be doing a book review on Disney's Twisted Tales Unbirthday, which is the 10th book in this series, and it's written by Liz Braswell. So I just finished reading this book a couple of days ago, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about my thoughts, my opinions, as well as give you guys an overall summary of the story. With that said, let's dive straight into today's book review video. So, the Disney Twisted Tales series is a very awesome series in which different authors tackle fairy tale stories, but they basically put their own twists on them. In this book, Liz Braswell twists the famous fairy tale known as Alice in Wonderland. And the synopsis for this book reads, "What if Wonderland was in Pearl and Alice was very, very late?" So before I begin this video, I just want to say that Liz Braswell is definitely not one of my favorite authors, a part of the Twisted Tales series. I feel like, her books are not as good as some of the others in the series. And she gets a lot into, like politics and topics that I think, she shouldn't really include in her books. But other than that, I found the story pretty decent. I think, there was some good parts. I think the ending was actually pretty good, but the middle was kind of slow. The beginning was kind of long and draggy. So definitely a weaker book in the Twisted Tales series. It's probably like up in my 13th spot out of all of them, and there's like 14 of them. And if I had a rate on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably only give it about a 4.5. So basically in this book, we follow a 18-year-old girl, and her name is Alice. And ever since she was a little girl, she's had these visions of this magical place called Wonderland, which is basically this other dimension that is filled with all sorts of mythical creatures and all sorts of like different nonsense stuff. So one day, she basically buys this camera and she falls in love with photography. And throughout the book, we basically see her travel through England, her hometown, and she starts, taking pictures of everything in her sight because she falls in love with photography. But something very strange happens when she realizes that her photos actually have very dark meanings to them. When she prints the photos, instead of seeing real-life people, she sees characters and villains from Wonderland, the dimension that she has been dreaming of ever since she was a little girl. And then one day, she realizes that these pictures are actually telling her that she must return to Wonderland and try to save everyone there from the Queen of Hearts, who is basically destroying the fairy tale world. So basically in this book, Alice returns to Wonderland yet again, and she goes on this epic quest as she tries to basically join a alliance with these good guys, and as she also tries to stop the Queen of Hearts before she destroys the world and stops time once and for all. In the book, we meet some familiar characters, such as the Mad Hatter, the Curious Cat, the Caterpillar, and many other classic characters from the Alice in Wonderland story. I feel like the story was not very original. I feel like Liz Braswell, she included a lot of elements from the original Alice in Wonderland book, so she was kind of like copywriting in a way. There wasn't really much twists or anything like that she had on her own take on the story. So like I said earlier, definitely not the best in the series, very disappointing. This book actually sat on my bookshelf for over 3 weeks because I couldn't, handle to pick it up and read it. But yeah, I'm not going to spoil too much in case you want to read the book. But I can say it is worth a try because these are just my opinions, and I think, maybe other people may have different opinions. If you're a fan of the Alice in Wonderland series, give it a try. Or if you just want to, try to read something new. But anyway, guys, that's my book review on Disney Twisted Tales Unbirthday. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will be doing some more book reviews on the other books in this series eventually when I read them. So stay tuned for those. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you on another video. Peace out.